That's a really tough question because I have terrible, like, you mean historical flavor memories? I grew up in the 70s, right? So, it was very manufactured. I think that for me, I was involved in the slow food movement in the early 2000s, late 1990s and early 2000s. And that really sort of changed and shifted the way I thought about food because I started being introduced to authentic flavors for the first time, or sustainably grown products that really reflected the terroir of where they were from. And they taste much different. They take a little bit of getting used to. But once you actually are introduced to those authentic products and ideas, you can't really go back. Once you taste a heritage raised chicken, you can't go back to industrial raised chicken, right? There's just no comparison. This is the biggest year we've actually pulled together a delegation. We've had almost 900 people here today. Terroir was built as a community-driven project. So it was about bringing together the people that work in the hospitality and restaurant industry, first in Toronto, then we expanded to Southern Ontario, and now we're national across Canada. We bring in speakers globally, but we also attract delegates from North America and Europe as well. Really, what was amazing this year, again with the Canadian theme, is that we're bringing in selected speakers from different regions of Canada. We called it Four Corners of Canada, who really represent the different geographical, historical, political identities of gastronomy from their areas. And, starting with the First Nations conversation in this morning to some of the more difficult and challenging topics we took up, like migrant workers and the seal hunt. We kind of delved into microcosms of Canadian gastronomy that I thought were really, really important and impactful, and also interesting for our audience to really understand and get knowledge about. Flavor is a condition of where you are and the things that you grow, the ingredients that you use, the products that you have, the people that cook them, the way that you utilize the techniques that develop them. That's flavor. I think that there's a lot of confusion and noise in terms of what's going on with respect to the idea of sustainability in our food structure. And I think that, in the sustainable food movement and the local food movement, we kind of have to regalvanize ourselves to rethink how we work with big brands. Because I think the conversation has to exist between big ag, small ag, little ag, middle ag. Like, we all have to be having the same conversations and working collaboratively together. Learning the different sort of ideas around First Nations content and how their relationship with the land and the environment. And because that storytelling, that oral storytelling, is such a reminder of how we can reframe our food system to be connected to the land again, to be supportive of our farmers, to be respectful of our animals, to everything that gives us sustenance, and really just be conscientious about the way we consume and we think about food. And so I think working with local, and I don't mean local just being, your artisanal, purple carrots. Anybody who's farming within the region that you live in should be supported, whether they're doing industrial, whether they're doing local, whether they're doing organic, because at the end of the day, it's about their stewardship that's going to keep us fed.